I'm fascinated by archives. They are very stimulating, and in a lot of my projects, they are the origin of a narrative. I believe that my task could be understood as providing a second voice, a new voice, to the voices which are sleeping in the archive. In this case, I thought that the Alfred Ehrhardt photographs collected in this archive were the pretext for a fictional story which could link threads with Darwin and with a recent experience I had. I was visiting the Galapagos Island in a scientific and artistic expedition, and I was very interested not only in the landscape but in the history, in the fact that Darwin visited the islands more than a century ago, and it was there that he got his brilliant idea for the theory of evolution. So immediately I start to connect the fact that Alfred Ehrhardt was doing an impressive work documenting corals for probably a book at the Museum of Natural History in Hamburg, and that this project got frustrated for the Second World War circumstances. So I could link this idea and I could follow the steps in this speculative way. And then, well, okay, Darwin was in the Galapagos Island, visited the Cocos Island as well, and about that experience, he published his first important book. I mean, the first seminal publication by Darwin was a book on corals. So everything was really very, very coherent. Huh? So the story could look credible. So what Darwin missed? This is a speculative question. We could set this idea as a positive sentence. What Darwin missed is that, what we present in the exhibition, but it can be also understood as a question. What Darwin missed? And then everybody, every visitor, should provide a personal answer, should relate this question to the links between art and science, to the links between reality and fiction, to the links between the natural and the artificial. So I think it's a very rich proposal because it provides many different readings, many different layers, and I think this is the goal for an artistic project, not only providing a simple, a unique interpretation, but keeping open for people get projected into it. Science is just a proposal of provisional truth. This means that time is passing and new discoveries push to adapt our theories to new parameters. When Darwin visited the Galapagos 1 century ago, the knowledge regarding the coral inventory was limited. Now we have been discovering new species, and among them the most astonishing are the cryptonidaria, which are very bizarre living beings from the species of the cnidaria, but which have proved an evolution which diverts the rules of the classic, of the standard Darwinian theory. So in the case that Darwin would have known about this species, how his theories, how his proposals about the origin of life, about the evolution of living forms could have been changed. No? So this is a kind of speculative question, but it's also a challenge for our life. I mean, we are only reacting to what we know, but this is just a small proportion of the possibility of the complete knowledge. I'm very interested in the scientific display because somehow probably naturalists or scientists are not aware, but in a certain way they are also artists in the sense that they create installations. Probably their aim is not aesthetic research, but just a divulgation of the functioning of nature. But somehow in the way that the didactic rhetoric of display is set, this is creating a kind of particular environment which is very inspiring. So when I prepare installations of my own work, I appropriate this kind of rhetorics, and I think that in such a way the atmosphere that we create will mix that idea of science as a monopoly of truth and art as imagination, as fantasy, as freedom for our vision of the universe. And I like this kind of, not conflict, but this kind of dialogue.